Okay, I am a really bad gardener. I bought a lot of spring flowering bulbs last year for planting in the fall, for being beautiful in the spring. They should be coming up right now out of the ground, but they're not coming up right out of the ground because they're still in their box. I didn't get them planted. I thought about this around Thanksgiving in November, and I thought I really should get those in the ground. I didn't do it. Same thing around the holiday season at Christmas time. I thought it's not too late. The ground hasn't frozen yet. I could get them in the ground. I should do that. I didn't do it. Mid to late January, I thought, you know what? I think if I stick them in the ground soon, they'll still work in the spring. I didn't do it. Went through the whole month of February. I didn't do anything. So now I have a lot of bulbs here that I'm wishing I had in the ground, but I don't have in the ground. And now I don't know what to do with them. This is money sitting in my basement, just sitting there getting ready to rot or dry up if I don't do something with them. So I thought, well, I can either leave them in the basement in their box to rot or dry up and definitely not get anything out of them. Or I can plant them up in planters and put them outside and maybe get some blooms out of them. Maybe not, but maybe. I'm just hoping that my basement was cold enough this winter that they have at least maybe had a chance at having some cool temperatures that will make them happy, but we'll see. All right, so what do I have? I have 100 bulbs of winter aconite. Now, this is really sad to me because I love winter aconite. My neighbors have it. It's blooming in their yard right now, so I know this is way late. I am gonna actually put these into the ground. They won't bloom this year, but maybe they won't die. Maybe they'll come up next year. I don't know. These are going in the ground. I have exotic mystery daffodils, what this is called. Sounds exotic and mysterious. There's some more. All right, I got 20 bulbs of Quail Daffodil and 20 more. So I have 40 Quail Daffodil. These are late spring flowering, height 16 to 18 inches. A rich golden jonquil with a well-defined cup, very fragrant and very long-lasting, multiplies annually, great for naturalizing. So I'm going to put these in pots, and then after they're done blooming, I'll take them while they still have green on them, and I'll plant them as plants into the garden where I want them to naturalize. And I'm thinking actually right now that behind the fence, between our neighbor's yard and our yard, next to their driveway, I'm going to put a bunch of daffodils over there so that next spring they have something nice to look at. That's my thought with these. Ooh, doggies. 120 yellow trumpet daffodils. Now these are the big, glorious, big, huge, yellow, classic daffodil shape. These are wonderful. They grow tall, they grow big, they're so luscious, they're so bright. They should be shooting up out of the ground right now. Clearly they're not. I've got 120 of them here. I'm just checking the bulbs. I mean, they didn't dry up. And there are some sprouts peeking out the tops of some of them, but I'm really thinking that these bulbs are in pretty decent health, just as they are. So I am going to put them in some dirt into pots. I think I'm going to split them up a bunch of different containers, and then we'll see if I can coax these into growing this year. So anyway, that's my plan. I'm really sad, and I totally regret not getting these into the ground when I thought about it last fall, because they would be so gorgeous right now this spring. Here we are. All right, so I have these two containers. I have more containers that I'm going to be using as well, and really anything I can get out of this would be bonus. So let's start with the little ones. For potting mix, I'm trying this for the first time. I've never used this before. This is the potting Eco Scraps potting mix that I picked up actually at Target of all places. All right, so it's peat-free, manure-free, composted plant material. These bulbs, these Quail Daffodil bulbs, say they want to be planted 6 inches deep 4 to 6 inches apart, but that's if you put them in a garden. In a container, you can put them a lot closer together than that. But 6 inches deep. So I'm going to put them there, and then I'll cover them. These exotic mystery daffodils want to be 6 inches deep as well, and these are greenish yellow split corona. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to see if I can fit 20 in each of these, plus these 5, so 25 bulbs in each of these pots. We'll see. So I've left about 6 inches between the top of the pot and the height of the soil. Got my dogs up in the pets up there, they're barking at something. Okay, so let's see. These have started to send up their sprouts. So we'll see. I want to see if I can fit all 20 of these in here. Alright, if I jam these together pretty tight against each other, it looks like I will get all 20 of them in, and I might even have room to put those other 5 of the other kind. I am putting them right up next to each other. As I'm working with these bulbs, they do feel a little bit tender. Like when I squeeze them, they give just a little bit, and they're not really supposed to do that, so I don't know if these are going to be viable or not. Okay, now what I've done is I've planted them really close to each other, down in there, almost touching, well, some of them are touching each other. Oops. I'll redo that. But I'm going to keep this corner to put the 5 of the other kind because they're a smidge shorter and a different color, so get back in there, you. Come on now. I know I mistreated you, so can't really be mad. Okay, so these are mid to late spring. These are late spring, so these might flower first. Let's see. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to mix these in, kind of in amongst these other kind. These are starting to dry. These, I don't know that anything is going to happen with these. We'll see. Jam them in there. This is not the way to treat your daffodils, by the way. Don't make this a practice. I should be fired. Okay. Alright. So I've got them all in here. I've got 25 bulbs in here. And I've kind of randomly arranged the 2 different varieties. So they're just all mixed in together in there. I don't want to tip them over again, but just kind of all jammed down in there. Now I'm just going to cover this up with soil. There we go. That's one done. I'm going to do the exact same thing in this other planter. These 2 planters are now full of old daffodils that I should have had in the ground, but I didn't. So I'm going to set these over into a full sun location. I'm going to water them in, and then we're going to just watch and see what happens. For the big trumpet daffodils, I have 120 of those. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit 60 in these. I have 2 of these urns, but I'm going to fit as many as I can in these beautiful big urns, and I think that'll look really nice. If they flower, that'll look really nice. They'll be like this tall, bright yellow, and I can put them out on the front porch. I'll have some left over to put into a different kind of container, but we'll look for a different container in a minute. Let me fill up these 2 big urns with as many as I can get in there. Okay, I'm gonna be planting the daffodils in the skinniest part of this. This urn has shaped wide at the top, then it gets narrow, and then it widens out down at the bottom. So I'm going to put the bulbs in the skinniest part because otherwise they'll be too shallow if I put them up in the top part. And I'm not sure how many I'll get in there, but I'm going to jam as many in as I can. Maybe I can get like 30 of them. We'll see. I was only able to get 23 of them in here, but some of them actually are a little bit double because they have a little baby on its side. So I've got 23 bulbs, but some of them are double, so maybe I'll end up with like 25 blooms if they bloom. All right, soil. That's one. Okay, this one fit 23 as well, but again, some of them were doubles. So I'll just cover it up with soil. Okay, so that's done. So again, I don't have any idea if these are actually going to flower or not, or even if they'll send up any green shoots. But I figure it's worth a try instead of just wasting the money and leaving them to rot or dry out in my basement over the summer. I thought I would just give them a shot. So I will be sure to update you and let you know what happens with these daffodils. I have more here. I think I still have like 80 here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these. I'm out of potting soil, so I can't do any more in containers until I get some more soil. But I'll be sure to give you an update and let you know how my terrible, awful, don't do it this way bulb planting goes this year. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't be like me, okay? Except go ahead and experiment and see if you can make things work out. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll come back and check in and see how the status of these go in the next couple of weeks. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much.